What's up, yo? So, I'm sitting here thinking, right? And I'm driving you about things in my life. Things that happen in my life, my children's life. How we've been getting attacked by family, blood, what you call blood, what you call family one. And I noticed that my brother used to play on me, right? Because in my past life too, you weren't. He used to sit there and make me say things that wasn't for me. He used to have me speak on how I want things to be. And it wouldn't be what I really wanted to be. Let's look at Ashley. And my bad. Hold on. I'm gonna get my children some stuff. Dunkin' Donuts.
Hello, how can I help you?
Can I get a strawberry sprinkle donut? Strawberry sprinkle donut. French vanilla, small, with whipped cream, sugar and cream in it, iced coffee.
Anything else?
And a chocolate
Sorry?
donut.
Chocolate frosting?
Yes.
So 2 donuts.
A chocolate ice. It's the ice one.
Yeah, chocolate icing and one more, just a glaze.
The glaze is the strawberry sprinkle glaze.
Oh, strawberry. Anything else?
And can I get another chocolate donut and a glazed donut? That's
Anything
it.
else?
That's it.
Pull up.
Thank you. So, my bad, yo. Anyway. So, what happened is, my brother and cousins when I was younger, used to play on me what people would do for me. The one thing I remember is when I was in our grandmother truck, and she would do things I would ask her to do for me. So we in the back of the truck, and they telling me, ask grandma, can we go here? Ask grandma, can we go there? You want? And I would do it, not thinking about what I was doing. I was young. I was the youngest one out of both of them. It used to be 3 of us with my grandma all the time. It used to be me, my older brother, and my older female cousin, Kalia. And I would be in the middle, and they would be on both sides of me, and they would tell me to ask my grandma, can we go certain places that I wasn't even thinking about. I didn't care about going at the time. And I would do it. And within me now, I know my grandma heard what they was doing. And my grandmother within me now, for a little while, you want. I noticed she was trying to keep me away from them. So as I got older, I ain't never think that they would try to play on my children. one day, I had my dad come over.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Granddad.
More like coffee and 4 donuts?
Yes, ma'am.
9 rupees donuts.
Thank you.
That's 4 donuts. So is it there? Thank you. Have a good morning.
Thank you, sir. I used to get my dad to come over and watch my children when I would go out. Because I felt like me and my dad, I want to put in my best words. Me and my dad was locked up majority of my life, you want. And it seemed like I was angry about him being away from me that way. So I would talk like, I used to go see my dad in prison when I was a child. I would go to the prison with my grandmother and go see my father. I remember one time I went to the prison to go see my father, and the metal detector kept going off. And we trying to figure out why. That's what it seemed like, you know, trying to figure out why this metal detector keep going off. And the police, they was checking me more than they usually do. And we did make it through the detectors, and I got to go in and see my father. So when I got older, my dad's still been out of jail, and I feel as though this is something I remember saying to myself, and I might have said it to him, but I know I said it. I was like, I don't know you, but I'm not going to stop. And when I say you, I meant him, you one. But I'm not going to stop you from being in your grandchildren's life, because I don't know you. I didn't feel like that would be fair to me or my children or him or anybody else to allow him to be out of his grandchildren's life because of our relationship. And we didn't have a bad relationship. We had a relationship. I'll get into that another day, maybe one. Yeah, what happened is that I had told to my grandmother, and I asked my grandmother one day, I said, you think it'd be okay if my dad watched my children from me? And my grandma was like, yeah, that'd be fine. So I was like, all right, cool. So I used to let my dad watch my children. And honestly, I didn't tell nobody about him watching my children. I didn't tell nobody I was letting him watch my children. That wasn't nobody's business besides our business. So after my dad watched my children, he would come to my house. I'm trying not to set this car. He would come to my house and watch my children for me. One day he was supposed to come and watch my children, and he was late coming to my house. So he gets to my house, and I let him in. Everything's fine. Well, my children let him in. Yeah, everything's fine. And I leave. Get back home. We go out for my son's graduation ceremony to get his clothes. So, taking him out, we're doing everything. Me and all my children like we usually be. And after we finish, I get home. And my daughter, she asks me, she tells me she needs to talk to me. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. Come on. And that's how I felt. Yeah, at the same time, I'm like, okay. Wait, what you want to talk about? Yeah. We was walked in and we went to where we had a private space to talk. So we get in our private space. We went into what I call my office is the bathroom. That's my little office that my children come in and talk to me whenever they want to. Yeah, we would go into my office and my daughter tells me that my dad did something to her sexually. She tells me how my dad she basically, I'm gonna make it a quick version, right? But the truth. She says that she woke up and her penis was there and my dad was in the room and was Vaseline involved. She got up to go to the bathroom. She got up to go to the bathroom. He put fear in her by the way he was talking to her, which he never told my children this week before. And I ain't gonna lie, I was mad like shit. Yeah, what I did was, I was like, let me call my mom up and my two brothers up. On my mom's side, I only have, there's only 3 of us that I know of. Hold on.
You want to leave the door unlocked?
Yeah, you can leave it
I
unlocked.
was about to go for Chloe, but I seen her walking up the street.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to get myself together to do this video, but fuck her. Anyway, so, and that was my mother. You know. So, after I tell them on the 3-way, and I had called this boy that I was dealing with, telling him I was going through something, looking for him to comfort me. I think I called him first, matter of fact, you want. Looking for him to comfort me as I feel as though a man should do when you're with a man. He tells me that he can't come to our home because he's in North Jersey and he drives, but he couldn't drive knowing that I was going through something. Cool. I ain't even mad at the boy. I ain't with him today. I ain't mad at him. So after I tell my mom, my brother, says I didn't want to repeat what my daughter said to me because I was so angry. I get a phone call from one of my aunts telling me don't do nothing crazy because she didn't want me to go to jail for murdering him. She knew I was ready to kill that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Go get my gun, pull my gun out. No, I called my dad first, I think you want. Call him on the phone. I'm talking to him. He acting a little different. I'm like, oh, okay. Find out where he's at and everything. go get my gun, and put it on the bed. I feel like I threw it on the bed. I think that's what happened. This happened close to 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, you know. So I pulled my gun out, got my gun, took it out, put it in the bed, and I couldn't move. Something was holding my feet to the floor, and I could not move to go see him. All I could do was cry. I was crying. After everything happened, I'm just honestly thinking about what my daughter told me. I ain't thinking about nothing else. I ain't thinking about what happened of other things besides the physical thing. One, I'm just thinking about what she told me. Mind you, when I got home that day from my dad was at my house, he tells me how he cleaned my kitchen. When I say he cleaned my kitchen, I call it crack cleaning, because that joint was clean so good. When I say it was clean so good, it was, that joint was like, it was so bright in that room. It was like a whole different cleaning that I feel like I ever did in that room. I took my daughter to the hospital. Cops got involved. I did everything I felt like I was supposed to do with that. Mind you, she was in the bed with her 2 other sisters. So we didn't know if something happened with them or not either. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't think logical to put everything together. So, still in my head, this boy the son's my daughter. So one day, I pull up around his neighborhood, and try to be fast with this. I have, I guess you would call it story time, you want. So, a little story time for you. Pull up around the neighborhood, and I go talk to his sister. And his sister tell me, like, better not do nothing to my brother. I'm looking at her like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you saying. Like, that's my motherfucker child that shit happened to. It ain't happen to yours, so I don't give a fuck what you talking. Like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. So then I go to the real near. Go to the next block. I'm waiting for him. Can't find him for a minute. This bull come down the street. And I try to beat this shit out of him. I had just some metal and everything around my knuckles, my fingers. And one of my cousins had came up, and she knew what was happening. She heard about it, so she gave me her crutch, and she's like, here you go. I'm like, thank you. So I tried to beat him with the crutch that she gave me too. So while we going at it, it was some little young bull, right? He was cute. I love this little young bull. He was G. He seen me and him fighting, and he jumped in a fight, fighting him. He like, no, ain't no man, we fighting no woman. Like, that's something he said, you won. And he trying to beat the bull up. My dad, you won. And his mom called him in the house like, get over here. And me come in the house, you won. But I respect him because he didn't have to do that. And you don't see a lot of guys jumping in women fights when they fighting a guy at random time. So I respect him for that. So after that happened, I go to my bed. Put my hand in my bag. It was other people that came around. I think my other cousin came up. I put my hand in my bag, and he grabbed my arm and tried to stop me from pulling my gun out. Or I think they knew I had a gun in there. Trying to pull my gun out, you want. So I didn't get the gun out. I was like, all right, you know what? I ain't even going out. Y'all got that? It's real. So my dad get in the car with my cousin. And I started hitting my cousin's window. But I didn't want to break his window because I didn't want to break my cousin's window because he didn't do it. What's going on with me? My head is my dad did it. So I didn't want to break the window. So I let them drive up for my dad. My dad went to jail for what he did. It was stipulations to his releasing. I went to court and I spoke my piece. I didn't want to bring my daughter because I didn't want my daughter to have to go through the pain of what happened to her. So I didn't bring her. So after this, because it was me and my friend that went to court, and somebody else I was cool with had came and got my daughter and took her for me. So my friend Alex, he came to court with me, supported. No other female member came to court. My grandmothers were dead. Yet no other female member came to court supporting me or my daughter with this case. Yet they knew about it, yet nobody came. Besides me and my friend Alex. And my daughter didn't come because I did not bring her and I didn't tell my other children about it. I just did what I had to do on my side, that I felt as though I do on my side. So after the time go past, and he gets out. Like I said, it was only the physical side I was thinking on. So my daughter tells me that she wants me to forgive my father for what he did. So I was like, okay. Yet, physically, in my mind, I battled the thing of forgiving him. Because he did what he did to my daughter. So why the fuck should I forget this nigga for what he did? Yeah, I understood my daughter's side on forgiving him for his wrongs that he did. Because I feel as though she was right. Like, the energy I received from her when she said it, I feel as though it was right what she was saying. So I'm like, alright. Yeah. And I left it alone. So, after this go by, today, I was thinking on a situation in a more logical mind. And what happened started coming to me. And I'm like, yo. As it was all the truth that started coming to me about what really happened. Like, the funny thing, I'm going to tell you one thing. when I went to go see my father, they beat him up. So my plan wasn't to kill him. My plan was to shoot him in his leg and fuck his leg up. So he would not be able to walk. Let me tell you something. I used to have hollow tip bullets. So I knew I could do some damage. So today I'm thinking in logical mind. I'm finding out the truth of what really happened. And the thing is, people that play with you on a physical side, mentally trying to fuck you over, hurt you, some of them people, most of the people you want, will try to play with you on the spiritual side and fuck you up too. So, and the people who tried to, who was doing wrong, who did wrong to me on the physical side, they was on the spiritual side. Yet they had the people coming on the spiritual side to fuck us up. So okay, let me tell you. Okay. It's like, oh, okay. That's what it is. I like this shit. Because honestly, I am the middle child on my mom's side that I know of. My mom. That's a lie, you want. And as I got older, I have noticed that my little brother started coming for me. Physical side. And he was coming on a spiritual side too, you know. My older brother, he used to fuck me on both sides when I was younger, you know. Because he knew things about me that I didn't know about myself when I was younger. It didn't, you know how you are you. So you're not thinking about the things you do. Because it's all just so natural. So I was just naturally doing things when I was younger. And to me, that's me. So on the he would play on me being an empath. He played on an individual that he knew I was, like foundation was one. And honestly, he never told me who I was. I found out who I was from spirits, not from nobody else besides spirits. And then I did have somebody physically tell me who I was like 2 years ago. And it was a child who told me who I was 2 years ago. Foundation wise. You know? So everything's gonna work out for the best. Yeah, just know when you are getting attacked, I'll tell you how I handle myself. Everybody got a different purpose. Everybody is not on the same level as individuals. One. So this is just me on how I handle myself. Now, honestly, they do not try to fuck with me physically. They seen what I could do physically. And they know it's more I can do than what I do. So they don't fuck with me on the physical side. Because they know they cannot overstand me on a physical. I personally believe people hex their self. Curse their self, you want. Which, hexes and curses is the same. I believe people do that to their self. And they try, some will try to blame other people for what comes to them. Trent told me something. I don't know if y'all know him, but he calls himself Big Brother Trent. I know on YouTube he calls himself that, and I think on TikTok he calls himself that too. He might be on Instagram too, if you want. He said I'm the Big Brother Trent. He told me something. And what he told me came to me years ago. It was some young boy I was cool with. And my mom knew him, my little brother knew him, because he used to hang with my little brother in a way. He was more my little brother than you want. So that would be like his circle of individuals, even though I deal with who I deal with. All ages, you know. And me and the young boy, one night I couldn't sleep. And I was staying in the same house with my mother, my brother, my nephew, with my children. So I went outside. And while I'm outside, Marquand walks up. Like, he's walking down the street on the other side. So I'm like, Marquand. So he comes over after he finished doing what he was doing, because he was saying he was going to get a coffee or something. And he came and talked to me. So while we standing on the steps talking, it's a bird directly across the street that I never seen around here, you want. And I'm looking at the bird. I pointed the bird out to him, you want. And we both looking at this bird because this bird seeming weird, like not a normal bird. It's just like, I'm like, yo, that joint watching us. Like, we talking about how the bird's watching us. Like, this bird like it's a spy, not a real bird, you want. I go in the house, and I don't know if it was that night or the next, I can't remember. Our little brother says to me that I was outside yelling and being loud. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I kind of like brushed it off because I knew he was bullshitting you on. So what he did was, years went by, you want. This is, mind you, I'm feeling like something is off throughout this time. And my mom and my little brother called the cops on me to get me placed in a crisis. Alright, so they called the cops on me. So when the cops come, they don't see nothing going on. So it wasn't nothing going on. I had came in the house. My mother came to the bottom of the step. I asked her. We had a little, like, a minute conversation. I can't remember what we were talking about because it was just like, I was trying to figure out something. And I said it. I was like, where's my children at? And she was like, what? I'm like, where is my children at? And she looked at me, rolled her eyes, and walked up the steps. And something happened to me. That's how I was wondering where my children was at. One. Then my little brother walked down the steps, and me and him talked. After that, I go outside and I sit on the steps. I'm outside sitting on the steps. Police come up. When police come up, we had not a long conversation. He go in the house. He talks to them. I didn't see him leave out the house, honestly. These other police came up. So the other cops come up. They telling me they're taking me away. So, and it was another cop, I think, with me one. That's who told me they was taking me one. So I was like, can I go in there and get my stuff? And the cop was like, yeah, you go in there and get your stuff. So the cop let me walk in the house, get my things. And they didn't follow me. They just let me go and get my stuff, get whatever I wanted to get. And I came back out. And they had the paddy wagon outside. And they escorted me to the paddy wagon. They cuffed me, escorted me to the paddy wagon. They had a female cop. She go through my stuff looking through my things. This lady cop takes my SD card, my phone SD card, and my wallet, throw it on the ground. I'm looking like, what the fuck? Then she takes this condom I had in my wallet, threw it on the ground. You want? It's a white cop. I'm looked over to my right. The door was open, and I noticed a sleeve, a white sleeve, standing on the side. I'm like, okay. So I get in the paddy wagon, and they take me to a crisis center. And they leave me there. I was there for like, I think 12 days. They forced me on medication. I didn't need the medication. One. The doctor, I called the state up while I was in there. And I talked to somebody named Eva over the phone. That's what she said her name was. And I was just like, her name Eva? Okay. And she tells me, They can't force you to take medication while you're there. It's your choice. And they still force me to take the medication. When I say force, this one guy, he had an Mason ring and dreads in his hair. He made these two other guys, he called the two other guys over, and they surrounded me, forced me to take their medication. It was the time the doctor was there. And I got into some words with someone. Somebody made me mad, and I walked off from that person. And while I'm walking off, they started getting some medication ready. The doctor see what I'm doing, and he tells the woman, don't give it to her. This black bitch was so fucking mad that doctor did not want to give me that fucking medication. She was like, shh. Like, she had an attitude from you on. I was like, oh, damn, she really want to give me that shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I ain't never do shit to this bitch. I don't even fucking know you. And your fucking bitch ass gonna sit there and try to do some spiteful, ignorant motherfucking shit. Man, fuck that bitch on God. I promise you that one. This bitch gonna sit there and really try to give me that medication. It was another night they tried me with that shit. And it was... Man, some shit happened. But honestly, they lost. You won. That they was getting more... They was trying to do more things to me. Because they lost the battle. But the bitch, Brittany, she know what the fuck happened. Because that bitch jumped in that shit and I fucked that bitch up. And she regretted jumping in that shit. But anyway, so just know, even if somebody come, like when people come physical, spiritual, you want, they scary. These are the end of these times. Nothing's going to be the same. All the Holy Spirit and the angels that's not here and that's here is finding out the truth of what really happened to individuals in the galaxy. People in the galaxy, you want. So it's all coming to an end with these people doing bad towards good individuals in the galaxy. People in the galaxy, you want. When I'm talking, right, I'm going to tell you something. I switched my words up because I hear Gwendolyn, you want. And then I think I heard James, you want. They're trying to change my words around from what I'm saying, you want. And I heard, because I did things to Shonda, you want. And I heard James say I did some stuff to you. Jamal said, and I was there and you weren't. Jamira said, I did it too. I stole from her car, you weren't. Jamira, okay. Jamira, oh goodness, come on. Jameer lives in Arizona, you want. He sold my van. A couple years ago, I had a white van. He sold the van, you want. I think somebody, from what looks like, what it looked like to me, somebody got shot in the van. It was like red circles on a ceiling. Like somebody got shot. And from what from what I personally, what came to me, through spirit, myself, or was that it was a girl in the van with the bull. I think it was 2 girls at that time, and he got shot, I think, in the head, and I think the girl, one of them had Blake on, I think it was, this is years ago, I looked into this. The girl had Blake on, and I think she had something to do with it, The other girl, she is both. She knew something about it and she had something to do with it, I don't know who the individuals are. Like, hanging out with them, anything of the sort, And I've probably seen them around, I forgot what the guy's name was that owned that van, that drove, he drove the van before me. It was like his van before me, I forgot what his name was. Yeah. He got killed in the van. And it was known because people kept looking at my van. Like, that's such a such van you are. So, I think I was living in Delaware County when that killing happened, the setup happened, it was. And I happened to buy the van from some guy named James, when I was looking for a van. I was battling between buying a red SUV and buying a van, So I ended up getting a van, and I didn't get the SUV, which I wish I would have got the SUV. It was already too late because I got the van. The money I was going to spend in the vehicle, I spent in the van. I knew I should have got the van. I think it was like when I wanted to get the van, and something kept trying to tear me away from getting the van. And it worked, and I ended up getting the van. But everything happened for a reason, I believe. So even though I didn't get the SUV that was meant for me, it wasn't time for me to get it. Because it was a lot of stuff going on that was fighting against me, and my children, and other people in the galaxy. So, oh boy, honestly, me personally, I am a known person. And I am God. Lee. One. I have been through battles of my mother and her boyfriend calling DHS on me multiple times because Steve, when I was younger, Steve wanted to have sex with me and I didn't do it. I want to keep talking and I keep being stopped, which I'm okay with. So that's why. Yep, what happened is that Steve used to want to have sex with me when I was a young child. Steve was my mom's boyfriend. So he started attacking me. I started getting other, mainly women, to attack me. One man, I think it was, he had to take me to you. My mom, she had taken me because she was jealous of me. She envied me too, Because she was a bad mom. And she knows I'm a good mom. She didn't care who I was foundationally. She didn't care that I was a good mom. She didn't care anything about me. Or my children, She treat, it's fine. Alright, hold on. She treat us like we're below them. My brother children, my brother child, my brother, girlfriend slash big mom, the one in Philly. don't even know the jumbo. Yeah. I'm talking to y'all. I felt an attack because he's my brother's friend. He knows I'm talking to y'all, you want. I'm gonna go get my children their stuff, you know. And I'm me. I'm gonna come back with another story time for y'all. I hope this message helps somewhat anyway, everyone. And I want y'all day to go as it is to go. Not how you want it to go. How it is supposed to go. Angels might try to make you do and take over what is done. That's a message for y'all. Yeah. And there's so much I'm hearing about people mocking God. You don't know the research people have done to know who really is God and if they mocking the true God. That's why some people you don't see shit happening to them. Just hear people saying it. Because they mocked someone that they heard about, that you heard about, that was God. Do you know that was really God? Do you know if the Bible that you read is real? Alright, y'all. Hope this message helps someone in you, everyone. Every day you are a tab.